Ready to do this?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. I'm Geoff Grammer with the Albuquerque Journal, and joining me for this year's March Madness bracket showdown, Albuquerque Journal style, is
Jack Pitino.
This is Jack Pitino standing here with me. We did this a year ago. We did filled out our tournament bracket. Jack, we called his the jacket bracket. He somehow beat me. So I am not letting it happen again. I am not afraid to talk trash to a 9-year-old
Yeah.
in 4th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not afraid. And it's not going to happen this year. Are you ready to just get destroyed this year? To win? You think you're going to beat me?
Yes.
It's going down. Let's fill this bracket out. We're going to start up here in the East region. So you guys know, Jack Pitino happens to be related to the UNM Lobo basketball coach, Richard Pitino. Is that right? You know him, right? You've met him before?
Yes.
That's his dad. We're going to start right here at the top. We're going to go with UConn versus Stetson. Now, you know somebody on the UConn coaching staff, pretty close friend of your dad's.
Yeah.
Tell me you picked Stetson, right?
No.
The 16 seed? Who'd you pick?
UConn.
We're going to go with UConn, the number 1 seed in the tournament for Jack's first pick. We're going to go through a few of these real quick, and then we'll stop every now and then and talk about them. Florida Atlantic actually played the Lobos to open. Your dad's very first game as a Lobo head coach was against Florida Atlantic in the pit 2 years ago. Florida Atlantic, Northwestern.
Florida
Who'd you pick there?
Atlantic.
You went with Florida Atlantic?
Yeah.
You know they went to the Final Four last year.
Yeah.
I'm going to go FAU right
did?
here. They did. They went to the Final Four. They lost to San Diego State when Lamont Butler hit that
Oh, yeah.
shot.
I remember that.
Speaking of San Diego State, here we are. San Diego State, that is the team that your dad's Lobos. Do you ever follow the Lobos, by the way?
What do you mean?
Have you ever been, you go to their games? Do you know anything about them?
I go to every game.
You go to every game? Okay. Do you do anything at the games? Lobo fans might know you, right?
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, he is the ball boy extraordinaire. Jack not only is the ball boy, but he also does some in-game promotions. And you won the most popular in-game promotion this year. Was it tic-tac-toe?
Yeah.
Who'd you beat?
Deacon.
That's right. Beat Deacon, another coach's son. San Diego State, Mountain West team, playing UAB. Who do you got there?
San Diego State.
You're going to go with the Mountain West team. The Lobos did go 2-1 this year against San Diego State. Beat them here in the pit. Beat them last week in the Mountain West Tournament Championship. Auburn, Yale. Who do we got?
Auburn.
You going to Auburn? All right. They're the number 4 seed. So far you're going with some favorites here. I'll just go AUB. I can't write very well, by the way. I need to go back to 4th grade and learn. I'm going to jump down here. BYU and Duquesne. Now, before you make your pick there, I want to make sure everybody knows that Richard Pitino once was an assistant at Duquesne.
Yep.
So I can just write Duquesne in right here, right?
No.
No.
BYU.
You went with BYU. You know, Lobos and BYU used to have a huge rivalry. A lot of Lobo fans do not like BYU. You're picking them to beat Duquesne. All right. BYU. I'm picking them too, by the way. Illinois, Morehead State.
Illinois.
You going to Illinois? They're the 3 seed here. What do you know about college basketball? Do you watch games other than the Lobos?
Yeah.
Washington State, Drake. Got any thoughts on that one? Who you going to pick there?
Drake.
You went with Drake, huh? Why'd you go with Drake?
I don't know.
Fan of the music? Iowa State, South Dakota State.
Iowa State.
Iowa State, the 2 seed. All right, so we got our first picks in the East region. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fill out each region up to the Final Four, and then we're going to go one by one like that. Rather than going through the first round on all these, we're just going to go the whole region. So let's go back up here. UConn versus Florida Atlantic.
UConn.
UConn. You're going to ride this UConn train, huh? All right, let's see how far this UConn train goes. By the way, what position do you play?
Point guard.
You're a point guard? Are you as good as Jalen House? As good as Donovan Dent? Which one are you more like, Jalen House or Donovan Dent?
Jalen House, probably.
Really? You're more Jalen than Donovan? Do you talk a lot on the court like he does?
Yeah.
Do you celebrate a lot?
I guess.
I love it. San Diego State or Auburn? Who are we going with
Auburn.
here? You're going with Auburn to beat the Aztecs. All right. Why is that? Did you like watching the Aztecs this year? There's 3 games. It's kind of a little bit of a rival.
I mean, I think Auburn's better.
You think
They
Auburn's
can beat
better?
'em.
Were you nervous on Saturday when they were playing each other in the Mountain West Championship game?
No. I knew we were going to win.
You knew. How'd you know? Why didn't you tell me?
I come from the future.
Yeah, you come from the future. That's okay. Well, that'll do it. BYU, Illinois. Who do you got winning this one?
Illinois.
You got Illinois winning this one. All right. What about Drake and Iowa State?
Iowa State.
Iowa State? All right. Jump up. Who's going to your Elite Eight?
UConn.
UConn's beating Auburn, huh? All right. You know UConn won it all last year. Nobody wins it 2 years in a row, do they?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
Iowa
Iowa
State.
State. You got Iowa State and UConn. And then who's going to the Final Four out of the East region?
UConn.
UConn is beating Iowa State. All right. One region is out. And UConn, by the way, assistant coach, Tamani Young, right? Dad's friend?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go to Midwest now. Scoot over a little bit. You can stand right here. We're going to start at the top. Purdue playing, well, I guess last night Montana State won, I believe. Or is it Grambling State, Montana? They played tonight, actually. Purdue or the 16 seed? Who do you got?
Purdue.
Purdue? You know they got a 7'4" guy, Zach Edey.
Yep.
A lot of people, like, I walk down the street sometimes, they're like, are you Zach Edey? They think I look a lot like him, so. You don't get that? I don't know what you're laughing at. All right, we've got another Mountain West team now. And a former Mountain West team. Before you were probably even born, TCU was in the Mountain West.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Utah State, Mountain West champion, regular season champion, versus TCU.
Utah State.
You got Utah State. Danny Sprinkle did a heck of a job coaching that Utah State team this year.
Yeah.
Your Lobos beat them in the pit by 13, and then they beat
By 2.
by 2. So let's jump down to Gonzaga versus McNeese. Who do you got?
Gonzaga.
The Zags. Kansas, Samford. Who do you got?
Kansas.
Kansas, really? You know, they got a player that got hurt. He's not going to play. Should still win. South Carolina, Oregon. I'll tell you one thing
Oregon.
about Oregon. You got Oregon winning? Well, that's good because their coach, Dana Altman, went to Eastern New Mexico University, who the Lobos played this year. I'll bet you didn't know that. Maybe you did. I don't know. All right. Oregon. Creighton, Akron. Who do you got?
Creighton.
You sure?
Yeah.
You didn't hear?
Huh?
They lost like half their team.
How?
Oh, they didn't. I'm just trying to get in your head. All right. Texas. And then last night we can
Colorado
eliminate
State
Virginia right here. Colorado State didn't just win. Colorado State, the 7 seed in the Mountain West tournament, beat Virginia, the 3 seed in the ACC tournament, by 25. So that was pretty big.
I got Texas.
You got Texas? All right. Tennessee, St. Peter's. Who do you got?
10.
St. Peter's had some upsets last year.
10.
You're sure? You're going to Tennessee? The Volunteers.
Yeah.
Positive? I don't want to talk you out of it.
Positive.
We'll jump right up to the Midwest second round. Who's going to the Sweet 16 out of Purdue and Utah
Purdue.
State? You sure?
Yeah.
Great Osabar. Great center. 7'4" center. A lot of people think I look like him. All right, you're going with Purdue. Why do you keep laughing at that? I look just like Zach Edey. Gonzaga, Kansas. 2 real good programs over the last 20 years.
I'm going to change mine and go with Gonzaga.
Whoa, what do you mean change yours? Are you
On
sure?
here.
How far do you have them going? On your-
Well, they're going to, Kansas lost in my to Purdue.
Oh, you
so
have
I'm
them,
going to
okay.
go with Gonzaga.
You're going to go with Gonzaga. This is the official one. Nothing
Yep.
changes from the jacket. Gonzaga it is?
Yep.
Gonzaga it is. Not bad pick. Oregon, Creighton. Who do you got?
Creighton.
Creighton it is. And then our last pick going, you said Creighton, right? Our last pick going to the Sweet 16 out of Texas and Tennessee.
Tennessee.
All right, let's finalize. Go to the Elite Eight real quick. Purdue, Gonzaga.
Purdue.
Going with chalk here, huh? All the top seeds. It's gonna be hard to beat you if you just keep picking all the ones I'm picking too. Creighton, Tennessee,
10.
and then Purdue, Tennessee.
Purdue.
All right.
Or no, Tennessee.
Are you sure?
Yep.
You have Tennessee there in the Final Four?
Yeah.
Okay. Jump up here to the south, keep it moving along here, and then we're going to get to our Final Four at the end. Let's start with Houston, Longwood. Houston, by the way, now we already know. All right, so you're going with Houston here, though, right?
Yeah.
And then in the next game, former UNM Lobo, Josiah Alec, playing for Nebraska, versus Texas A&M. I mean, I don't know who follows Texas A&M around here. Texas A&M, Nebraska. Who do you got? You can change your pick right now. I don't know what you have on the paper, but this is the official one. You have some very interested ears over there listening.
I think I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Texas A&M.
Texas A&M it is. That's the right pick for the people in this room. Okay. All right. Wisconsin, James Madison. Who you got?
Wisconsin.
You got Wisconsin here. The next one's going to be Duke and Vermont.
Duke.
Why Duke? You know anything about them? Are they ever
really.
any good? Are they any good at basketball?
No.
No, not as good as the Lobos.
Yeah.
Texas Tech, NC State.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. You know they're only 4 hours from here. They should be playing. So hopefully Grant McCaskill, their new coach, where's Texas Tech, picks up a rivalry and maybe plays that game a little bit more here with the Lobos. Kentucky, Oakland. You know Kentucky used to have some guy named Pitino coaching them a while back. I don't know if you're related. You ever heard of a guy named Rick Pitino?
Yes.
How do you know him?
My grandpa.
He's your grandpa? Interesting. What do you think he would pick here?
Kentucky.
You're going to Kentucky. That's the right pick. Did you know that when your grandpa coached at Kentucky,
Won a national championship.
not only did he win a national championship, he coached a guy named Jamal
Jamal
Mashburn?
Yeah.
Did you know that your dad is coaching a guy named Jamal Mashburn Jr.? Crazy, huh? Wonder if they're related. Do you think Jamal Mashburn Jr. is related to Jamal
Yes.
Mashburn Sr.? You do? Florida, Colorado, Boise State winner. They play tonight. As we're filming this, they have not played yet. So Colorado versus Boise State. Who you got? Not Colorado, Boise State. Florida versus the winner of the Colorado, Boise State game.
Let me see. I think I got Florida.
You got Florida? Uh-oh. Going against the Mountain West pick there. We don't even know if the Mountain West team's going to win tonight. So that's fine. All right, so you got Florida. You know,
My dad coached there.
so you do know that.
Yeah.
Your dad did coach there with Billy Donovan, who also coached with your grandpa at Kentucky. So all these connections in this area right here. Marquette, Western Kentucky.
Marquette.
Marquette. All right. All right, Houston, Texas A&M. Who you got?
Houston.
We're going Houston there. What about Wisconsin, Duke?
Duke.
Duke. The Blue Devils. Texas Tech, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
You got Kentucky there, and then Florida, Marquette.
Marquette.
Marquette. So Kentucky, Marquette here, huh? All right. Houston, Duke going to the Elite Eight. Who do you got?
Houston.
And then Kentucky, Marquette going to the Elite Eight. Who do you got?
Marquette.
Ooh, ending the Kentucky ride, huh? So Houston, and you said Marquette here. Who wins out of those two to go to the Final Four?
Houston.
That's right. So far, you're good on the Houston pick. All right, let's finally get to the West. This is the one of interest for a lot of people that read the Albuquerque Journal, that follow us, that might know you as the ball boy at Lobo basketball games, because there is a New Mexico Lobo team on this bracket. And if you can't tell, we put a little Mountain West Championship sticker right next to the New Mexico Lobos, just so you can see on the jacket where they are. We're going to start at the top, though. North Carolina Tar Heels playing some guy named Howard and some guy named Wagner. Who do you got, North Carolina or Howard Wagner winner?
North Carolina.
You got North Carolina winning? I'm going to put North C for some reason. Nobody abbreviates North Carolina like North C, but
It's UNC.
I know. I messed up. You don't have to point it out all the time, okay? It's the first mistake I've ever made. I'm glad you're here to witness it. Mississippi State versus Michigan State. Mississippi State,
Oh,
coached by former New Mexico State Aggie coach Chris Jans. So are you sure you're going to go with Mississippi State, the former Aggie coach? You know I'm a former Aggie. You sure?
yeah.
Okay.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State it is. So there was a column yesterday by Matt Norlander, CBS Sports, and he listed every coach in the tournament, their favorite musician. Mississippi State's Chris Jans, your dad had the same pick. Do you have any idea who your dad's favorite musician or band is? Who does your dad like listening to music-wise?
I don't know.
If I told you Dave Matthews Jr., would you know who that is?
Oh, he likes that.
Yeah. Chris Jans, Richard Pitino, Dave Matthews Jr. Who knew? Well, now we do. St. Mary's, Grand Canyon.
St. Mary's.
You got St. Mary's. Beat the Lobos this year. Lost to the Lobos last year. We're going to go St. Mary's, SMC, St. Mary's College. Alabama, Charleston. Who you got?
Alabama.
Going to Alabama. They don't defend very much, but man, they like shooting threes. Alabama. All right. Clemson, New Mexico. I can go ahead and put Clemson in here, right?
No.
No.
New
Who you
Mexico.
got? You sure?
Yes.
They just won 4 games in 4 days to win the Mountain West tournament last week. You sure they're not tired?
No, they're not.
All right. We're going to put UNM to beat Clemson on Friday in Memphis, Tennessee. They play the winner of Baylor and Colgate. Who do you think is going to win that game?
Baylor.
We got Baylor here, and then the next game below it, another Mountain West team.
Nevada.
Got number 7 seed Dayton, number 10 Nevada. Who's going to win that game?
Nevada.
You got another Mountain West win going through here. Arizona, Long Beach State. Who you got?
Arizona.
Arizona it is. All right. North Sea, as everybody knows them. I'll put UNC if you pick them here. Mississippi State or North Sea?
UNC.
All right, we're going to go with UNC. Who ever heard of that? I don't know. Nobody calls them UNC. St. Mary's, first out, everyone calls them UNC. St. Mary's or Alabama?
St. Mary's.
Scooting a little closer here, UNM, Baylor. What do we got?
UNM.
You sure? The Lobos.
Yeah.
From New Mexico.
Yes.
You know this is the round of the, they call the Sweet 16.
Yes.
And you're going to put UNM in the Sweet 16.
Yes.
Everyone's going to remember the name Jack Pitino if this happens.
Okay.
All right. UNM. Nevada, Arizona. Who you got?
Arizona.
Arizona. The ride ends for Steve Alford's Nevada Wolfpack. Arizona. UNC, SMC. Who you got?
UNC.
UNC it is. UNM, Arizona.
UNM.
UNM. Uh-oh. Well, you just must have UNM winning the whole thing, right? It must be just win the whole thing because you're a Lobo fan. That's what's going on here, right? I put UNM right here?
No.
The ride ends. UNC. UNC going to the Final Four. Here we are. Final Four. This is where it all matters. All eyes in the whole world are going to be looking at UConn playing North Carolina. Who's winning that game?
UConn.
UConn, defending national champs, will be there in the championship game again against my pick, Houston. Houston versus Tennessee.
Houston.
Houston. See, here's what's interesting. When I beat you, because I picked Houston, this is going to be wonderful, unless you also pick Houston.
You mean when I beat you?
No. I already told you, this is going down. I'm telling you how it's going down. I'm winning this year,
No.
and I'm going to gloat the entire year. You might have beat me last year, but that's because I picked everything left-handed. All right, Houston or UConn?
UConn.
You're going with UConn to repeat as national champion. There it is. That is the Jack Pitino bracket, the jacket, if you will. You are going down. You beat me last year, but
I'm
it ain't
gonna
happening
win.
this year. It's not happening.
No,
I'm
it
Geoff
is.
Grammer. No, it's not happening. I'm Geoff Grammer with the Albuquerque Journal. This is
Jack Pitino.
Jack Pitino with the UNM Lobo basketball team. Appreciate you for watching. Thank you for taking part in this. You're going down.
You're going down.
Not happening.